Ahoy hoy! Welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be talking about several new pieces of Pirates of the Caribbean news, from merch to anniversaries to ride refurbishments. For over a month, Pirates of the Caribbean in California's Disneyland was closed for a lengthy refurbishment. What we were all told, or what I was always told, were that maintenance and minor refurbishments were taking place, and some new projections, which I guess makes more sense now after they reopened the ride. What is this? Behind said maintenance and refurbishments, they were secretly dropping a brand new animatronic. They decided to give the skeleton on top of the treasure a whole backstory. Through face projections and animation, it tells a story about how the pirate was once living and turned into a skeleton once he picked up the treasure, sort of like the plot of The Curse of the Black Pearl. Of course, with any change to a classic Disney attraction, it received a sheer amount of criticism and backlash. While some fans welcomed the change, a majority claimed this messes with the story of the whole ride. These pirates in the beginning of the ride were already supposed to be dead, and we're seeing a pirate's life backwards throughout the ride. We weren't supposed to see any living pirates in the sequence. The point was to see how they died in their own greed, and the living part of the ride is us seeing how they got there in the first place. And the ship battle scene was supposed to be the grand reveal of the living pirates we see throughout the rest of the attraction. The skeleton on top of the treasure was a perfect example of classic pure environmental storytelling, and the dark atmosphere was ruined by the so-called goofy projection and sound effects. The new projection animatronics in the US Disney attractions have never been received that well. Fans have expressed dislike for the appearance of them, and these kind of animatronics have quite a history of very unnerving malfunctions. After I wrote the first draft of the script, the animatronic already broke down and the projection face was replaced with a static skull. Disney adults were speculating whether this skull fixture was permanent in response to the backlash, or if it was temporary, but alas, the new animatronic is back in its full animated and projected glory a day or two later. Personally, I don't disagree with the backlash and criticisms. I can't sit here and gripe though because I have nothing new to really add. It makes me mad when they mess with or replace the most iconic characters that were part of the original attraction. I mean, I'm a fan of Jack and Barbossa being in the ride, but I was a kid when that happened, and I was just hyped to see Jack Sparrow. As cool as she is as a walk-around character, I still don't really like the new redhead. The treasure skeleton is one of the most iconic images of the ride. This is what everyone thinks of when they think of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. They have made so much ride merch featuring the skeleton. Even after they removed the treasure skeleton, they recently released more new merch of it, like the brand new Hallmark ornaments that just came out. Changing the scene is almost like a sin. Changes and additions can be done respectfully when done right. One of the best changes they've made to the ride in the recent years was the skeleton to living pirate transition in place of the Davy Jones projection. It's just a small addition, but it really ties the first half and the second half of the ride together so well. It also confirms the long-discussed theory about the ride being a pirate's life backwards, and the practical effects are amazing. New ride additions don't have to be insane and technologically advanced. I don't really know how to feel about the newest change. It almost feels like it's not even real. Maybe if it was announced beforehand, I would have had time to let it sink in. When I last rode the ride over a year ago, little did I know that would be my last time seeing the iconic treasure skeleton. Even though I disliked the new auction scene, at least I knew it was coming and I could mentally prepare myself instead of having it just be dropped. I'll have to wait until my next trip in March to really know what this looks like. Maybe it'll look better in person than it does on screen. Give me your opinions in the comments below. At the same time, this new animatronic wasn't the only thing putting pirates back on the headlines. We'll be heading over from California to Florida as Disney announced that Captain Jack Sparrow would be featured in brand new entertainment for this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party at Magic Kingdom. There's not much known about this yet, other than the park character will be featured in this. Still insanely jealous as a Californian that Florida still has their Halloween party in Magic Kingdom, and they always offer lots of entertainment based on the ride and the franchise. I haven't had a desire to attend California since they moved it to California Adventure as Oogie Boogie Bash, away from our Pirates attraction, and we don't even get a single reference to pirates anywhere in the bash. At least they could make Curse Barbossa a meetable character in this. Enough with the parks, we've had other things happening with pirates this spring and summer. If you remember some years back, I talked about leaked concept art of a secret cinema Pirates of the Caribbean experience that was cancelled in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. One of the more interesting parts of this concept art was that this was supposed to be a prequel to the films, featuring the same young Jack Sparrow we saw in Dead Men Tell No Tales. Apparently, this experience is being revived as Secret Cinema recently announced a brand new immersive Pirates of the Caribbean experience, coming for a limited time to London in February 2027. I think this is the first time I've seen cancelled Pirates media come back from the dead. And mind that there are tons of cancelled Pirates media. I'm sure I could make a whole iceberg chart just about this. Will it be the same as the cancelled 2020 experience and the concept art we've seen? My hunch is that it will most likely not. This looks like it's going to be a completely different thing than what we were supposed to get in 2020. But I'm only basing that off of only what we saw in the announcement. And I sure hope that this is going to be a completely different thing, because I would hate to see this monstrosity again. Even though things like this aren't canon to the films, I don't want to see anything like a Jack Sparrow prequel or flashback again unless it has to do with the books. I'm never going to make the trip up to London to see this, so I really hope people capture this experience and share it online. I'm really interested to see what it turns out to be. This is why I tried to never lose all hope on pirates, because obscure or cancelled pirates media can sometimes come back to life, even if it takes several to 10 years or more. I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean manga did not get localized in North America and published in English until it was done by Tokyo Pop over a decade after it originally came out. And several years after the manga was released in English, Tokyo Pop re-released them again this past May as a complete box set. It's crazy how the manga already gets a re-release, but none of the novels can get second editions in English. Throughout spring, Her Universe released a new line of Pirates merch in Hot Topic. At the same time, there was also a whole new line of merch at Box Lunch, from bags to shirts to jackets and cute little outfits. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten any of it, since none of these showed up at any of my Hot Topic or Box Lunch stores, and trust that I looked all over my side of the state. The only thing my Hot Topics have received was this random Pirates body spray that kind of smells like shit, but I got it anyway because it was on sale and it was Pirates merch. I think the last new Pirates merch I'm going to talk about here is the new Funko Pop skeleton Jack Sparrow. This was an Entertainment Earth limited edition, limited to 3,500 pieces. This came out for pre-order on May 27th. And well, it was sold out in less than 10 minutes. I had been pumped up over it the entire weekend before, but unfortunately real life hit me and I had a medical emergency a couple days before the pop went up, so I completely forgot all about it for the next few days. When I remembered, I rushed to the website and it was long gone. Even if I was completely on it, I don't think I would have had the chance anyway with how quick it sold out. I can hardly think of any real Pirates fans who were able to get their hands on this. Like, all the scalpers bought them up and immediately listed them on eBay for hundreds of dollars. This is why I'm done with collecting. I've got to say though, it is interesting that Pirates has suddenly been getting quite a bit of merch in the past couple of years after years of silence and getting practically no merch at all. Especially since Pirates currently has no future on screen. As far as we're concerned, the franchise is done. So why? Why are they doing this? They're not working on a new movie, so what's going on? Is it nostalgia? Is it Disney finding out there's still a cult following for these films? I don't know, but we'll see what the future holds for the franchise. We've got different kinds of news to talk about, as this year we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of Dead Man's Chest. 2006 was the start of the 2000s Pirates mania, and they were hardcore marketing this film that year. Nothing like it I've ever seen since. Because of this, we're also celebrating the 20th anniversary of many other Pirates things that came about during this era, like the addition of Jack and Barbossa in the ride, the debut of the Swashbuckler's art style, the Sizzle toys, as well as the Young Jack Sparrow novels. I love all of these things so much, and I have such fond memories growing up with them. It's a shame that Disney has done almost nothing to officially celebrate them. Finally, I have my own personal news. A little while back, I got to spend almost 2 hours talking about 2000s pirates nostalgia and young Jack Sparrow on Podcast of the Caribbean. I even got to tell stories I never told on my channel before. This collab was so much fun, so please go check it out in the description below. Also, Podcast of the Caribbean has been doing many episodes and even a video essay talking about Dead Man's Chest and the marketing and merchandising, the 2006 refurbishment, and so much more in celebration of the 20th anniversary of Dead Man's Chest. Y'all should go check those out as well. Anyway, I apologize that this came out so late. I haven't had the time to finish any of my scripts, and my laptop was down for a couple weeks, so while I was able to record and edit, I didn't have a way to upload this video. I have at least a couple of video essays I'm working on, and I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe with the notification bell on, and be on the lookout for more videos. I also have other social media, a Teespring shop, and a tip jar in the description below for those who want to further support me. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.